welcome to Women's World Show with me, Clara Kronborg. Today I'm at Hotel Los Monteros and I'll be sitting down with Ida Lundgren, an actress, a model and influencer. She is the daughter of the world-renowned actor Dolph Lundgren. Sit back as we get personal with Ida. Welcome to the show, Ida. It's so lovely to have you. I have been looking so much forward to it. Well, you look beautiful in person, more beautiful in person.
Thank you, thank you. You too.
Your pictures are not saying justice to you, actually.
Oh, thanks.
Well, you actually are from Stockholm, Sweden, and you were born there, and then you moved, and you grew up in Marbella.
Yeah.
Wow.
So basically, I was born in Stockholm, and then I think after 1 year, my parents left, and we went to actually London. No, we went to Marbella first, then London for 2 years, and then back to Marbella.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How is it like being a daughter of world-renowned actor?
Well, I've heard that one quite often, and to be honest, like I don't feel any different. Like I feel like when people ask me like, what is the differences? Like, is there anything like, how do you feel being the daughter of an actor and stuff like that? For me, I like, because I don't maybe know anything different. So
we are talking about Dolph Lundgren, right?
Yeah, Lundgren.
Yes,
yeah.
Lundgren. I wanted to make sure I pronounced your name right.
No, you did it really well. Don't worry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's a world-renowned. So he doesn't, because when we hear that name, it's like, oh, you know, we have this martial, strong.
Yeah.
Is he kind of that man at home?
Like he is very like emotional, and he's very like
really?
Like he's very in his feelings. Like he's not so macho all the time. He looks very macho, but deep inside, like I mean, that's why he got into acting, I think, because at the end of the day, you can be a lot of different people.
That's right.
So I think it was good for him and his personality.
Interesting.
But then because of his look, he got
So that means you never had that strong upbringing? It's always been...
Not really, no. Like upbringing, he's been tough, and we've had a lot of...
Which parents should be, I think.
I mean, my dad was the scary one at house. My mom wasn't. My mom was very relaxed, very chilled, best friends. Like I told her everything. Cool. And then with my dad in the beginning, it was very... I was very scared of him. Like we've always had a very good relationship, me and my dad, even if he was traveling a lot and was like working a lot when I was young, we still kept very close. Whereas my sister, he was very gone, like he was mostly gone a lot when my sister was born. So my sister and him don't really have that connection. So like she knows him more as like a father. I know him like a little bit more as a father and a friend too, but he was tough with school and all these things. But then after a while I realized like, after I became a bit older, I understood him and like understood why he was like that.
Yes.
And it's because of many things from his childhood and stuff. So then like he changed a lot as well.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And you have a great relationship now. Well, he's not the only one acting, and you have also ventured into that. By the way, I tried to watch that movie and it's in Spanish.
Which one?
Is the performance, what's the name?
Command Performance.
Command Performance.
Yeah, I know, Command Performance.
And it's in Spanish, and like, come on, my Spanish is not so good.
But they have it in English. You have to.
I couldn't change it. I don't know why. I was just struggling with my remote outro. But anyways, I saw you. That was good.
Yeah, that was when I was like 12, and I played a 14-year-old. I thought I was so old.
So cool, yes.
And it was really fun, and that was the first movie I ever did.
How was it like acting alongside with your dad?
It was cool. It was cool. Like, I don't think I really thought of it as acting because I was so young that I just thought of it more as like a fun little hobby. Like, oh my God, I'm going to act. Like, I'm excited because I'm going to be in a movie and I'm going to be like with trailer and famous people. Like, you know, when you're young, you think like this. But, and you don't
when
really
you're young, at CPR.
Yeah. Well, I'm still young, but younger.
Yeah.
Then you think a bit more like this.
Right.
But now it's different. Now you get more pressure. You feel like you have to work on your character more and things like that. You're more in your head when you get older.
Right.
Whereas when you're young, you're kind of more loose.
So, being an actress, will I call you an actress? Do you intend to go into acting more? Do you think it's something that
I
you
do
want to
think
do?
I want to do that for sure. I feel like that's more me than modeling in my future, at least. Like for now, I'm doing my modeling and things, but I feel like acting is something more for me because it shows more of my personality, and I can use more of my skills than in modeling. And I feel like modeling now is not how it used to be. It's very different. It's more about how many followers you have, who did you date, where do you hang out. You know, it's not really about like how it used to be with Kate Moss and like Claudia Schiffer and all these girls.
Right.
You know?
She's really mentioned a lot of strong names. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to say, you know, modeling, talking about modeling, how do you think you are, you know, embracing it well? Do you think it's a role, aside from acting,
Yeah.
modeling, how is it for you? Is it something that you want to continue for now? Because you're acting, you're modeling, you are an influencer as well?
I mean, yeah, I would say the influencing just came naturally.
Right.
Like I don't really feel like I forced that. But when I did start modeling like more professionally in 2016, I would say when I graduated, then that's when I was like, okay, that's when the modeling agencies told me, okay, you need to work on your Instagram, you need to build up followers. Like that's when it started a lot with Instagram. Like that's when it was really famous and you had to get good on Instagram, and it was no like, people would like book you a job because of your Instagram, whereas before it was more because of your talent or your looks or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Like I feel like everybody nowadays can say they're a model.
Yeah.
It's not really exclusive anymore. It's not
That's
really,
right. That's right. We'll talk about more of these Instagram growing followers and how you actually finally got yourself to where you are, because you have over 100,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it right after this break. Welcome back. Before the break, I was discussing with Ida Lundgren about Instagram growing the followership and all of that, becoming famous online, because like you mentioned, modeling is not kind of, you know, exclusive anymore.
No.
So how have you kind of built up your online presence?
Well, as I said, like basically I remember when I got Instagram in like 2000 and I think I got Instagram 2012, 2013 when I moved from Marbella to boarding school. I got my first iPhone then. It was crazy. I really didn't care about technology. I hated phones. I had like, I mean, I liked BBM. When we had Blackberries, I was into the BBM, but I never really liked technology and stuff. My sister's very into technology. I'm a bit like, I don't know, I'm very old school like that. But then when I went to boarding school, I remember my friend, he was like, okay, you have to get Instagram, you have to get Instagram. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I made my first Instagram. And I remember it was called like Ida Lund 22 or something like that. And then like I got a bit into it, and then like the funny videos and stuff. And then I had a private account. And then I don't know what happened. I think someone just discovered, I guess, a fan of my dad that I had Instagram.
Right. Okay,
and then it kept, and then like I kept getting followers, and everyone was like, oh my God, you're getting so many requests, and I'm like, what do you do with them? Do you decline them, accept them? And then I was like, you know, I'll just leave them there. And like after a year, I just got,
interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't know who they were, you know? So I got so many requests that I was just like, oh my God, what do I do? Because I don't know half of these people, and I have quite private pictures on my Instagram.
Right.
So then basically what happened was I just changed my name, and my friend was like, my girlfriend, because that's when I started to modeling a bit, and my agencies were like,
you kind of rebranded yourself?
Exactly. I rebranded myself a little bit, went a bit more serious and like fake, if you call it, on Instagram, whereas not just like all about me and my life and myself. I had to kind of like make it a little bit more private. And then I basically like accepted everybody. I just pressed accept, like it was this button and everything. I just got all the followers immediately. And I don't know, I remember it was like, 8,000 followers or something.
Wow.
And then since then, it's just been growing. And like, I didn't really think about it. And like 2 years ago, I got a bit more into it. I realized the strategy of Instagram. And it's not what everyone thinks. You have to think, you have to do a certain thing, you have to post a certain time. And it's like crazy, but like my agencies told me about it.
Do you actually do all of that? Do you think, or your agencies do all the thinking for you?
So in the beginning, they did the thinking for me.
Right.
And then I was like, yeah, I'll do my homework. But then I didn't really do it because I was just living my life and not really caring about it. I just posted when I wanted to, what I thought was fun and me.
Yeah.
And then recently, like I just feel like for me now, Instagram, for now in my life, I don't feel like Instagram is toxic for me.
Right.
Maybe I had a year that I was comparing myself to other models or going, oh my God, why didn't I do it like this? Or why didn't I take that opportunity at that time?
Exactly. Because I wanted to ask, there was something we were talking about behind the scene of, the images people see, young people comparing themselves with, the supermodels that they see, or why their waist is not as clean or as tiny as the A or B.
It's mostly photoshopped.
Right. So how do we put these in the young people's head and say, younger people, you are young, but I mean, younger people's head to say, these are not, as in what you see on Instagram are filters of your life, of my life at the same time, because it's not 100% of everything about me that I put on Instagram.
No, of course not.
So.
And it's like maybe once in a while you will post something real.
Exactly.
And people are like, wow, she posted something real. And they get excited because it's real. Whereas all the other stuff is just more like, it's just a momentum. Everybody does it, so everybody's doing it. It's like if someone gets a black pair of new sneakers, someone sees it, people are like, ooh, that's cool. And they keep doing it.
But that's what I actually, when I put something, I say something from my heart, whatever if I put a quote or I send out a picture.
It's you.
Yes, I want to make sure that it's sending the message that I'm feeling at that moment. And if I don't feel it, I don't post. I can stay 1 week without posting anything. It's because I'm not feeling it. It has to be from how I feel, and it has to be true. Because a lot of people are looking up to you. You have over 100,000 followers.
I know, and the thing is, I didn't really feel like people were looking up to me until I would say this and last year and this year. I feel like I got, like, for example, I never used to go on my private DMs, like on Instagram. I never looked at that. And like recently I've been looking at it because I got a social media manager to help me with some like collaborations and stuff, because I used to get some messages and I've never used to answer them. And she helped me answer them. It's more professional as well to have help, because I don't know what to say. I don't really know what my rate is, this, that. So then I started to think, you know what? A lot of girls that I knew who had less followers than me were making money on Instagram.
Why not?
And I thought, why not make at least some pocket money on Instagram? And that's when I basically got that social media manager, and she helped me. She's like more of a friend, like it's not like, and she basically introduced me and showed me what to do and like when I should look at my private DMs and stuff. And that's when I started to see young girls messaging me and like, asking me these questions and interested in my life, which I was like, wait, what? Like I'm not a person that I'm very confident in me, Ida. But I'm not a boaster. I'm not like, I don't feel famous. Even if my dad...
No, you don't.
No.
I think so, because just chatting with you behind the scene, you have it as in I was shocked that you, like, no, I don't want any title or something.
No.
That was very cool.
I don't know, like I've always lowered myself down, which is not good either. I've always put myself a bit, I'm humble.
Right, humble is the right word.
I'm humble for what I've seen, for what I've been, but like, I've always kind of like pushed myself down, and I feel like a lot of girls do that. Or you put yourself high because you're insecure. What
would you say? Are you under pressure to actually meet up or, come to that standard of being role model that a lot of young people?
You know what? Like for me, that inspires me to be someone's role model and to show someone, to make someone be happier in their life, or to give people some strength and stuff for themselves. Like, I want to be that person. Like that, I for sure.
Okay, great.
But to be super famous and this and that, I mean, I've had pressure on myself since I was young to be famous or to be known or to be liked, because I don't know, it's just been, a lot of people around me always said like, oh, Ida's going to be like this, Ida's going to be like that. And also my dad's famous. So it's always been in the back of my head, but it's not really me deep inside. If it happens, right? You can't stop it.
No, you
but
can't.
I'm not going to force it either, or because I've been in situations where I could have forced it, and maybe right now I would have been sitting somewhere else, or I would have been living somewhere else, or I would have been maybe in a different state of mind. But I think everything happens for a reason, and I think I'm here right now at 24 like the way I am now is like enough for me, and then maybe we'll build, or
just living every day.
Living, exactly, like not
just
controlling too much the
Exactly,
situation
yeah.
and doing what other people say.
Perfect. Well, I think, I loved our conversation behind the scene, because I kind of felt that you're a very humble girl.
Thank you.
You know, despite your, background, that's the thing that a lot of people should always have at the back of their head. When you grow to a certain level in your life,
Yeah.
Well, I want to highlight what is your humble moment? What actually humbles you?
What humbles me?
Because you're actually a humble person.
Yeah.
So what makes you that? Do you make one first? I'm gonna ask you this question quick before we go for a break. Do you make money on Instagram?
Right now, I do.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Would you give us figures?
Well, hopefully in a year or two the figures are higher. That's my mission. But I mean, they're good figures. But it's not like I've pushed it to the point where I've even could have gotten better figures, because I'm not like that.
Right.
But I should be more of a boss-ass woman and say to people, because I've done a lot of things for free to be nice, and I've done a lot of things.
But now you are,
now I realize
for
people
what you actually
deserve.
Well, we talked behind the scene about your new movie that you just shot with your dad recently.
Yeah.
We will talk about it right after this break. Welcome back. I'm here with Ida Lundgren at Los Monteros Spa and Golf Resort. It has really been an interesting one, and we were talking about the new movie you just shot with your dad.
Yeah.
Wow, spill.
Yeah, a spill. Well, it's not out yet, so there's not much to spill, because I don't want to give out the story.
I know, but what was your role? And you acted the first one when you were young, and now as more elderly girl. Yeah,
exactly. So like now, basically, it was real acting and the real deal. Basically, I went to Alabama in America 2 weeks ago.
Amazing.
And 3 weeks ago, and I shot the movie with my dad, and we were supposed to be shooting in February, but because of Corona, of course, the movie got shut down.
Right.
And basically we had to do it again. And I'm playing a girl with leukemia cancer, actually, so I have no hair in the movie, but I'm playing my dad's daughter. So it's quite interesting, yeah.
Oh my God, this is interesting.
Yeah.
How is it like playing his daughter in a movie?
I mean, like, everybody's like, oh, isn't it hard? Isn't it easy? Like, some people think it's harder, some people think it's easier, because I'm just playing my dad's daughter. And I would say it's actually, first of all, I would say I realize I'm quite a natural in acting this time. Because before I was always like nervous, comparing, like, oh my God, what if I do it like this? Oh my God, maybe I have to do it like this. I have to think more like this. My body language has to be more like this. It's too much analytical. Right. Whereas I just kind of just went for it. Now as well, I already knew how I was going to look like because of February. Because when I was there, I already did my preparation for it. So I kind of was very confident about it. So it went very smooth, and I didn't really feel so awkward with my dad. I felt like my dad, though, seeing me that way, seeing me sick, of course, I'm his daughter, for him it was quite intense. Whereas for me it was a little bit more just like, okay, I'm on drugs, I have cancer, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm in my role, but for him it was I think for him it was harder to shoot with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. So when is this movie out?
Hopefully it's going to be out like around April, hopefully.
Oh, interesting.
Hopefully on Netflix, we'll see. It's not a huge picture, it's a small movie, I'm like in maybe just 4 scenes. Great. But it was cool for me, and it's also nice to show a little bit of a different side, not always this posy modeling vibe.
Yeah.
It's a bit more like real deal, like I'm not trying to look good.
Interesting. I will look out for it.
Thank you. Definitely. It's called Castle Falls.
Castle Falls.
Yeah.
Interesting. Castle Falls premieres next year, hopefully in April. Right. Well, let's talk about, again, I'm taking you back to influencing life because a lot of young people look up to you. So what would you say is the tip? Like, what would be the icing tip to actually kick up this career?
To be honest, for me, it was mostly no fear. Don't be scared. Just go for what you feel. Go with your gut feeling, not your head too much.
Because everybody's kind of playing everything everybody's doing.
Yes.
TikTok and
exactly, and also like don't compare yourself to any girl because they got there because they had a good strategy and they were being themselves. Most likely, like the big ones. Now I'm not talking about the girls that copy each other. I mean, you know, that's just cliche. That's just all for me, just very boring and very. Everybody looks the same. Everybody like it's that's the way it is, and some people make it that way. And I'm not judging anybody. I'm just saying that like if you really want to make it, then you really need to think, what am I good at? What's my niche? What makes me stand out? Exactly. You know, and try to really like focus on that and not.
Is it as easy as a lot of people think?
No. Not at all.
Would you
not at all.
100,000 followers in like
no.
that?
If you want to do that,
so this marketing we see online doesn't work.
No, I mean if you do that, if you want to grow fast in a very easy way, you're gonna most probably do something embarrassing and dodgy in your career.
Right.
A lot of famous people have done something embarrassing to get where they are now. People never forget.
Because the internet never forgets.
Yeah, the internet never forgets. I mean, like they say, like yesterday's news is as old as today's. Right. But at the same time, when you look at the person, why is she famous, for example? Oh, because she made a sex tape. Or why is he famous? Oh, because he went to jail and he was good looking, so the mugshot was nice. Or like, it was just all these things.
Yes.
But then in the long term, how long is your career gonna last? I mean, to be honest, Kim Kardashian is an exception. Right. I look up to their family a lot because I see like, okay, the mom really planned their thing well. I mean, but then there's, you know, that's just like once in a million, you know, that happens.
I think Chris is a genius at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, I think she's a genius.
I could never really live my life that way because I feel like I like to just be I like to have freedom in my life and I like to be able to just chill as well. Right. So like if I do get in a career where I have to, you know, be seen and be known, then I want to have a little bit of my space too and be able to walk out the door. Not every single person in the whole world know who you are. Maybe a few, but not every single person.
Let's say that, okay, how do you deal with negative vibes? In a quick summary, like when you get that hating, haters?
I like to go for walks.
Oh, really?
My meditation is to like go for a walk in the morning before breakfast. Like I haven't done it that much this summer, but like I used to literally have a routine. Like just when I wake up, I have my tea, I go for my walk and I clear my head and I have to be alone.
So you try not to read most of the message or do you read them anyways?
No, I just go for a walk. Like I read them, but I know like I've seen how many hatred messages you get. And to be honest, recently I've gotten more and like this woman told me like, the more successful you get, the more hate you're gonna get.
Right.
And it's the truth.
Yes, right. That makes sense.
And it's the truth. And I realized that. So in a way, take it as a compliment.
Okay, great. It's really been interesting chatting with you because, again, influencing, modeling, acting is not an easy work.
No.
Some people think because you are from a well-known family that it's easier, but I think you have your challenges, which...
It's actually harder sometimes, yeah.
Which I think you are really taking very well. Well, it's really been interesting, but before I let you go, we have a tradition here in the show, which is to share or to present to you the present of the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome to open it. And this is Christmas also.
I know, love it. I mean, I want presents every day. This is
Merry
lovely.
Christmas.
Thank you.
You can open it, yes.
I'll open it. Why not? Ooh, what's this?
What's this?
What's this? I want to come here every day. Let's see. Don't worry, I'm strong. No way! Yeah. I love my tea. This is so cute.
I hope
Thank
you really
so
enjoy
much.
it. That's Women's Wash Your
Thank you.
Cup. It's girly.
Cheers.
It's really girly.
Oh my God, I love it though.
It's as girly as it gets, actually.
Yeah, we need some girliness around
Well,
here.
it's been nice, Ada. Really, I look forward to the movie coming out next year.
Thanks so
and
much.
It's really lovely to have you.
I was happy to do something for Marbella or like to speak in my hometown. It's nice.
I think a lot of young people will love this. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And I will see you next time on Women's Wash Show with me, Clara Kronberg.